Hello my Foonatics, it's Fufu here. I hope you're all good. Just a few notes of housekeeping before we get into today's video, because I really don't like doing update videos, so I'll try and tag it on quickly to some proper content. Just a couple of questions. First of all, I am going to be trying to upload a little more regularly, maybe every other day. That's what I'm aiming for. Don't know if it'll be starting right now, but it's bank holiday weekend, so I can get ahead of the game in terms of recording, which is great. But I want to know what you guys want to see in terms of content, because I've been considering bringing Wi-Fi's back. It's a lot of effort for me, but I do quite enjoy them. And if there is an audience, let me know in the comment section below, because that is something that I will do. If people aren't that bothered, as I say, it's quite a lot of effort, so I might not. It just depends if people want to see it or not. The second thing is, do you guys like post-coms? Because I do a lot of lives, and post-coms are something that I don't do that often, but the last one I did got really good feedback, and you can watch this one today, see what you think of the post-com bit, and let me know if you like it or not in the description. I'll probably do them anyway, because I like to mix it up just for my own sanity. So yeah, just tell me what you think. Also, I made some new channel art. You can check it out if you want. It took me a little bit of time because I'm a bit computer retarded, but I'm quite proud of it, so you can give me some feedback on that too. That would be great. And finally, just to talk a little bit about what this video is, because I call it Moveset Mayhem. It's just a new thing that I'm doing. I'm not going to call it a series as such, because it's not going to be that structured, but I just want to, it's a way of, yeah, helping me do a bit of team building and thinking of concepts for uploads, and I want to basically try and use moves that are not that common, try and make them competitive, or put them in a competitive team. So if there are any weird and wacky moves that you want to see me use, let me know in the comments below, preferably with an effect, because obviously I'm not going to be using anything like splash or celebrate or anything like that, because they don't have an effect. They cannot be competitive. But if there are some weird things, then let me know. I will be really happy to see what you want me to use. If you see someone else who's commented a good one, like that comment, so it makes it easier for me to check. So that, yeah, it's just something I want to try. I think it will be fun. It will help me to build a team around a certain theme or move. Yeah, it'll be good. That brings us on to today's content. I am going to be using a kyurem-b with the move Freeze Shock. You may or may not have heard of it, but I will tell you what it is right now. Freeze Shock is a base 140 power physical ice type move that stab for one of the monsters with the biggest attack stats in the game is 170. Is stupidly powerful, and so this stab move just decimates so many things. It's also got a 30% chance to paralyze if your opponent isn't completely fried already. So why don't you see this on all Kyurems, you may ask? Well, it's because it's a charge up move. Much like Sky Attack and Solar Beam, you are left vulnerable for the first turn, but you can mitigate that by giving the dude a power herb, so he can just use it straight away. Now, it is a gimmick set. It's definitely not the best Kyurem set, but it's pretty fun, and it's got its uses. What I like about it is that you can just run physical, because Kyurem has got good coverage, but it's generally split over physical and special hits. You might have to split the EVs and stuff. With this guy, you can just fully infest an attack. With the Dragon Claw and Fusion Bolt, it's pretty good coverage. I like it as a subset because you don't want to waste your power herb. You can scout what the opponent's going to do by going for the sub. If they're going to switch into something that resists the ice type move, you can just go for a different type move. It also means that later on in the game, if you've already burned your power herb, you stand the chance of being able to charge up behind the sub and then hit them with a Freeze Shock after. So it's not necessarily just a one use. Obviously Ice Beam hits whenever, so it's more viable. But Freeze Shock is super fun. It does like 70% to Clefables, defensive Clefables. It does loads of damage to pretty much everything. So I wanted to use it. The rest of the team isn't that exciting. It's just more standard stuff to try and support this guy. I needed a reliable defog. I wanted to try a Clefable. I've not really used one as much. This is just like a split defenses, calm mindset that just wins games so easily. I've never used one before. It's just so easy to win with it. We've got an offensive Rocks Tran. We've got a Mega Sizzle, again, something that I haven't used that often. Light Metal, because I'm going to Mega Evolve straight away, so I don't need to give it a Technician. I'm not going to be using Bullet Punch while I'm normal Scissor, because I'll just Mega Evolve straight away. Light Metal is just in case I switch in on a Low Kick or a Grass Knot. It makes much more sense to use that. that's just a little bit of educational advice from Foo. And then finally Manaphy, again, something that I haven't used very often. It's offensive with Life Orb. I don't know if I like this stat. It's because my team wasn't very fast at this stage, so I wanted at least some speed in it. But I think I would prefer a bulky set on a different team. Anyways, that is enough rambling about the team for now. I'll go right into the replay. That was just so that you had an idea of what everything was about. And I'll leave a paste bin to the team in the description if you want to try it out and catch some people off guard with silly free structure shenanigans. So, here is my opponent. He's got a really cool team because it's got a Yam Mega on, which is not something you see every day. I'm guessing it has Hidden Power Ground, otherwise it's completely walled by my Heatran. I was very scared on Team Preview because he has a Magnezone. And Magnezone kind of wrecks me because I've got two really important steel types on my team. He will only have the hidden power to be able to hit one. And I'm guessing it's probably Scizor because Dragon Dance Altaria usually carries Earthquake. And that's usually what you carry Magnezone with. And Earthquake can deal with the Heatran. So I guess it's a hidden power fire Magnezone. So I have to be careful with my Scizor. Other threats are that damn Weavile, because the only thing that really takes it on is Clefable, so I need to be careful. I need to make sure that Clefable is kept at high HP. In terms of leads, I think he's probably going to lead with, well, it might be a Sash thing, like a Weavile. Sash Weavile isn't too powerful though. He might lead with Sash Yam Mega, but I can generally deal with that. But I think more likely he's going to lead with his Rocker, looking to be that Excadrill, or maybe Rotom Wash. I thought that Zapdos was an easy lead because I can Volt Switch out if I don't like the matchup. Anyways, as we can see, he does lead with the Excadrill as I lead with my Zapdos. That's great. I can go straight for a Heat Wave, and I actually get really lucky because I get the burn. He's speedy, but looking like he's speedy bulky or something weird. As he outspeeds me, but I can defog these rocks away and then just Volt Switch on the Rotom, go straight into my Clefable because it can take anything from the Rotom really, but he does Volt Switch and makes a good play. Goes back into the Excadrill though, which isn't really the best play. It doesn't threaten me much at all. I can go straight back into Zapdos in case he wants to set up the rocks. My priority is just making sure rocks aren't up because Kyurem I want to do work, so I can go into Zapdos. Now he goes into Altaria, which can eat up a Heat Wave, and I'm going to go for Volt Switch this turn, see what kind of an Altaria it is. It turns out to be Speedy Dragon Dance, which is fine. I'm going to go into my Scizor because I know that I don't have to eat a Fire Blast this turn. I'm going to Mega Evolve and just go straight for the Super Power because I was scared that the Magnezone would be coming in. It wasn't like a prediction of Rotom or anything. I was just really scared the Magnezone was coming in. So I am going to switch out here as he just goes straight for the burn with the Rotom. Clefable obviously not affected by that, so that's fine. Here I was adamant that he was going to go into a Steel type of sorts. I was going to recover on the next turn, but no, I get a crit, so I was going for the Fire Blast there because he could have gone into a Steel type that turn. But no, now Clefable's weak and it's really, really bad because I need it for the Weavile. Anyways, I go into Manaphy, and Manaphy's not going to be doing too much. I can scout to see what kind of a Magnezone it is here, and it turns out to be a Scarfhorn. Now I can go into my Kyurem because I know he's choiced, and well...
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
He goes into Altaria, and this kind of just gets obliterated by the Ice Age. And he now goes into Yam Mega, which I don't think is a good play, because yes, you have the Bug Buzz that goes through subs, but I'm a Kyurem, you're not going to kill me with it, and I can just wreck you in return, and now I'm still a Kyurem behind a sub. So that was a little bit counterproductive if you ask me. He goes into Magnezone, which definitely takes my Kyurem on the best, but it's the biggest threat to my team, and he's letting me get a lot of free damage. This is resisted Dragon Claws, and it does over 50%. This is just mental. I thought I might be able to live that because he was doing less than 25%, but I don't. So now I'm going to get into Scizor, go for the Bug Bite, predicting his switch, but obviously he can just go back into this Magnezone, take me out with an HP Fire. Not actually the end of the world, because it means that my Clefable can actually get the Recover off, because Scarf of Magnezone's hidden power is no way near powerful enough to take out a Clefable from there. I'm going to go for a Moonblast, thinking he might want to switch into the something, I don't really know, just to get damage on really. And then I'm just going to Calm Mind up here because I need that Calm Mind to be able to try and take on the Magnezone's Flash Cannon. Now I'm going to recover up. Obviously, he's like, the Rotom's not really doing very much, so I I think he's going to switch. And he does go into the Magna Zone. I can eat the Flash Cannon now and take the Magna Zone out, which is absolutely great. And it looks like I can just win from here, because I can Moonblast this to Weavile. Except that I do get flinched.
Ah! 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 Ah!
Which is bitterly unfortunate, and he can take out my Clefable right now, which is the thing I needed for this flipping Weavile, and now I literally have nothing. If he had a fighting type move, he could have taken out the Heatran, but he doesn't seem like he does. He might be a Swords Dance set. I go for a Lava Plume. Does a decent amount to the Rotom, but I don't get the Burn, which would have been super helpful. And now I'm in with my Zapdos. Again, I go for a Heat Wave, kind of wanting to try and fish for a burn, even though it's a 10%, because I really don't know how I'm going to take out the Rotom. And also, it's bad news because Weavile's here, but he doesn't go for the Icicle Crash, maybe predicting my switch into Heatran, which is not something I was going to do anyway. Heatran wouldn't have been able to take 2 hits. And I survive and I'm able to take out the Weavile, but honestly, the Rotom could well have this, because I've been knocked off of my leftovers. All he needs is to get a burn on me. He's been going for some Hydros because they do good damage, but actually because of pressure, Zapdos can wear out the Hydros really quickly, so that's pretty good for me. But yeah, he gets the burn on, and he's got lefties, and I don't have lefties, and he's got Pain Split, and that means every time he Pain Splits, he'll be like at plus 6%, and I'll be at minus 12% from whatever he splits to, so this is not a good situation at all for me. I really am fishing for the burn at this stage with my Zapdos, and it's not looking good, because my Heatran is offensive, not defensive, so I'm not going to be able to do very much with that either. I know he's still got a few Hydros left, but he's obviously conserving the PP to take out my Heatran, which is fair enough. Now I'm going to go for a Volt Switch, just to gauge how much damage I'm doing, because I'm not getting the burn, and I can go into Heatran and fish for a burn with a Lava Plume as well. So that's what I'm going to do here. I do go for the Lava Plume. Interestingly, the Rotom just goes for another Volt Switch. Not really sure why he didn't go straight for a Hydro there. Maybe thought I was trying to bait the Hydros with the pressure, but no. And yeah, 2 Lava Plumes still doesn't burn this Rotom. It's just looking dire straits for me, because he can just keep Pain Splitting, and I don't take him out with that Volt Switch there, which is rather unfortunate. Yeah, it's just not looking too good. I am going to keep at it though, because I'm desperate to win this. I can't believe that a flinch on my Clefable that was easily going to win this game will cost me. I was so annoyed that was the case. So I'm going to try and get up to full health here. If he Volt Switches, the most he can do is like, yeah, 20%, and then I'll take down the burn. Now I'm going to go for a Volt Switch here, and it's doing 33%, which isn't enough. He keeps getting the Volt Switch crits, which is kind of annoying, because it means that I have to use the Roosts more and more and more, and I am running out of Roosts at this stage. I just need to make sure that I'm not in Hydro KO range, because I think he's probably got like 1 or 2 left. So I need to be really careful. At this stage, I'm going to go for Volt Switches. I was really surprised he didn't go for Pain Split right there, because now he's actually in Volt Switch killing range, and that was his fatal flaw. He could have just kept clicking Pain Split at that stage, because there was nothing I could do, and because I was burned and he still had his lefties, he probably would have won out, and Pain Split has loads of PP. So yeah, he made an error, but I won that one. And I was very, very pleased. I thought it was a great battle. It was so close. And I managed to get the free shock off on the Altaria. Honestly, it probably wasn't necessary. Ice Beam would have taken it out from there if I was a special set. But it was very fun. I have had a few more competitive matches with this team, but it was just really fun to do. And yeah, I look forward to seeing which moves you suggest I try out next time. This one, like, though it was kind of out there and I had to use Power Herb instead of lefties and things, there were some really interesting mechanic moves that are a thing. I quite like to use the terrain moves, but I think I would do Wi-Fi for them just because they look so beautiful. I don't know. It's something I'll look into. Anyways, I've been Foofoo, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!